Hi, I'm Catherine from Catherine Learns Stuff. Today I'm going to walk you through how to make these cute Easter egg candy holders. These are little egg boxes that you can open and put some candies inside. I don't have any candy in him right now because when I open the boxes like this, everything falls out. So let's jump over to our workstations and get this project started. I want to quickly walk you through the supplies that we need to make our Easter egg candy holder. Each Easter egg only needs one piece of cardstock, but I've just provided a few different samples here of sort of Easter colors that we can use to make our Easter egg candy holder. Also, we're going to need some glue to put this together. So let's jump over to Cricut Design Space and I'll quickly walk you through how to use the file that I've created for this. I quickly wanted to walk you through how to use the Easter egg candy box that I've created. And if you want to use my design, you can grab a copy of it at my shop. I left a link for that in the description below if you'd like that. So once you have a copy of the file, you can select the upload button and then again select the upload image. And I'm just going to click and drag the item over here. And this is the design here, and we're going to select continue, and you can change the name or add tags, whatever you'd like, and then select upload. Now with this file, what I've done is I've changed the coloring on the design just so that we can have an idea of what's happening. So this is the larger egg, which will be the top of the box, and this is the smaller egg, which will be the bottom of the box, and the color coding is the same. But you'll notice that the smaller egg has a smaller wall and this larger egg has a larger wall. Now there's a few things that we need to do when we're playing with this file, so I want to quickly walk you through them. We're going to select this whole thing and we're going to ungroup it, and we're going to select this part of the egg, and we're going to select this basic cut, and we're going to change it to a score line because we don't want all these teeth falling off. We want them to stay on. We're going to select the score line and the whole thing, and we're going to attach it. And we're going to do the same thing for this pink one, and we're going to change this to score, and we're going to select the two items and we're going to attach them. Now this egg right now is set to, when I've uploaded it, is 4.2 inches, and this one is 3.95 inches, which is good because we want them to be a little bit different in size. You can adjust the size however you'd like, but I recommend that if you're going to be doing any size changes, you make sure that you take all the items and then you increase or decrease them. So like you can group them and then make them all bigger, but you want to make sure that you're making one and the other one's larger or smaller or the same, so you can make them bigger or smaller. I'm just going to leave them at the size that they are, and I'm going to cut them out. And I'm going to cut out a few of them. I'm going to do different colors and papers. I'm going to undo the size change that I did here. So the one thing that I'm going to do with this before I cut this or anything is I'm just going to make sure that this here is less than 11.5. So right now it's 12.4 inches, so that's too big to cut out on Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to put these two pieces over my eggs, and I'm going to select all of my items, and I'm actually going to change my width to 11.5. And this is going to change everything to be smaller at the same time. Now you can make them bigger or smaller, but I'm going to be cutting this out on a 12 by 12 cardstock, so that size will work because 11.5 is the longest that you can cut. So all my pieces will cut out. I'm going to select make, and now I've got sort of this terrible layout. I'm going to be cutting the top and the bottom out in the same color because I want to, but I didn't bother to change the colors on my cut mat. So sorry, on my canvas, I'm going to move here, and I'm going to select these to move these over. And really all that I'm doing, this is not working at all. I'm going to just select these three dots. I'm going to select move object, and I'm going to select the page that I want it on. And Cricut's always so wonderful at organizing things for me. I'm going to just adjust everything here so that it kind of cuts out and doesn't waste too much of my paper, because I don't like wasting all this paper. So I'm kind of going to cut this out like this. So now I've moved everything around. I'm going to select continue, and I will meet you at my workstations to assemble this. Now I'm going to have a few of these, so I'm just going to increase this number to like 4 maybe, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you at my workstations in just a minute. So once we've cut this out with our Cricut, what you should have is one long piece of cardstock with teeth on it, and one larger egg, and one smaller piece of rectangular cardstock with teeth on it, and one smaller egg. And just to show you, they are small. One is smaller than the other. And the reason that one is bigger and one is smaller is so that the boxes can actually fit together shut. So assembling this is very straightforward, but I'm just going to walk you through it anyways. We need to fold our teeth here. And I made the teeth very narrow just so that they can allow the paper to fold around the egg better. If these were larger, it would cause the egg to sort of have more square edges. So this sort of smaller teeth allows it to have smaller bends in the paper. So I'm just going to quickly bend these. Now I'm using colorful paper for this so that I don't need to add an additional layer of paper on top of my candy box. And I'm just going to glue them on, and I recommend starting kind of at the side, down below, or up top. It will overlap at the end, but having the end on a straighter edge works better. So now the fun part begins. I'm just going to add glue all over this. Now if you have like a tape that you use instead of glue, that will also work. The problem with glue is that it takes a few moments to dry, so I can't do this whole thing at once. So I'm going to fumble and fast forward here for a few moments. And once we get to the end of the box, we're going to have to put it inside of the other one, of the front flap. So this way there won't be a gap. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here to hold these two pieces together, and then just let this dry. Now my glue dries fairly quickly, so there won't be a very long wait here before I can move to the next piece. Now I've designed this so that there's an overlap here. If you wanted to, you could cut it shorter, but I like to have the extra space there so it gives the glue somewhere to hold on to, and that way it's not going to open at this edge on us. Now once I'm happy with this one here, I'm going to continue with the next one. Now this one's a little bit smaller so that it will fit inside of here when we're putting our candies in. And again, I'm going to start at the side, not at a round edge, just so that this holds on better to my egg when I'm working with it later. And again, I'm just going to glue this top piece shut here so that it doesn't open up on us. I'm going to add a little bit more glue down here because it seems to not be sticking. Now I've got 2 eggshells. Now the smaller piece will go on the bottom, and then the top one just fits on top like that. And now we have an egg container for our candy. Once all of our eggs are assembled, we just need to simply fill them with a little bit of stuffing. We don't need to put too much, but I don't want to fill the whole egg with chocolates. And then just throw some candy into it, and it's ready to go. And there you have it. We've successfully made our egg-shaped candy holders. If you've made this project, let me know how it turned out in the comments below. If you want a copy of this exact file, I've left a link for it below in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy crafting!